Hey, Heart Nation. Hey, welcome back to Carla's channel, Heart to Heart Inspiration, the podcast where we dive heart first into powerful stories, meaningful conversations, and people who inspire us with purpose and possibility. And today's guest is a husband and wife duo. They are a powerhouse and they have an exciting story that they're going to share with us. We have Lamar and Bionda Bozeman. Yay! And they are going to talk to us about love pain, how they got into it, filmmaking and this film, and also what they got coming up next. So hold on to your seats, grab your coffee, your wine, your beer, whatever it is. And we're going to settle in and dive into this heart to heart conversation with this brilliant couple right here. So, with no further ado, hi Lamar, hi Bionda. Thank you for joining.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yes.
I am so excited. So, we got to talking a little earlier, and I was telling you all that we actually met at the Detroit Filmmaker Awards this past April, where I was the official podcast host. And when you all came in, I could just see a little lift in your feet. You know, when you all were walking. I never met you all before,
Right.
but I was going around trying to work the room, and I was like, "Oh, who are you all?" And they were like, "Oh, we're Lamar and Beyond the Bozeman. We have a film that's up for nomination." And it's called Love Pain. I said, "Oh," and I could just tell. And then you all did go on to win. Is that correct?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Yeah. You all were claiming it. You all were walking into your destiny when you all got
Yes.
these.
Absolutely.
I love it. So just kind of walk us through how this even started. First of all, are you all from Detroit?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you are from
Born
Detroit,
and raised.
Yep.
born and raised. All right,
Yep.
Detroit in the house. All
Yep.
right. I got family in Detroit too now, y'all. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
we look forward to seeing you come back then.
I can't wait. I can't wait. We actually are going to have a family reunion there next year. So I'll
Okay.
Okay.
definitely be back for that. Get to stay a little longer with the family. But tell us about how you all came to get into this filmmaking, especially as a husband and wife team. I know there are some in the industry already and some in Detroit that I've learned through interviewing, but everybody's story is different. So I'm excited to hear you all start us off with that.
Okay. Well, during the pandemic back in 2020, 2021, my husband's friend had wrote a movie that he was going to be filming. So he asked my husband to be the project manager. And then he asked me to be a cop, play a cop. So I've always wanted to be an actress, but that was my first moment, my first time being in a part of a film. I started after that. I started auditioning for different movies around the city, and I got a few, background extra roles. Um, but I started to become discouraged because I was getting rejected for a lot of roles too. So that's the hard part about being an actor, actress.
Mhm.
You don't get every role that you want. So I became discouraged, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe this is not for me. So he said no. He was like, don't give up on your dream. I'm gonna write a movie for you. So
Wow.
that's how Love Pain came about. He started writing Love Pain, and then he let me see the script. So I'm like blown away, like, oh my God, you really wrote this, like from a female perspective.
Mhm.
But it was very serious. So I'm like, maybe we can add a little comedy to it. So then I started writing the funny parts. So then it
Okay.
all came together as one whole movie. So
A
that's really
dramedy, as they call it, right? The
yeah,
dramedy.
it's a dramedy. Exactly. It's a dramedy. So that's how it came about. And I still, have done other movies, but Love Pain is the movie that actually put me out in the spotlight. So I'm actually the lead role in Love Pain. So
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you are. And if
Yeah.
you all have not seen Love Pain, please go and watch it. When I tell you, I'm so glad you shared that because, and me and my mom, we were watching it. I'm in Vegas and she's in Chicago during this particular time we were watching it because we'll have our show times together, like, like,
Okay.
Okay.
and so we were watching it together, and it was so funny, but also with the seriousness too. You got the
Yeah.
domestic violence that's happening, the
Mhm.
dating stuff that is happening. Oh my goodness. And we
Yeah.
were cracking up. Oh my goodness. You did such a good job.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. We
Yeah,
appreciate that.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We really
Yeah.
didn't know how the actual public would take it because it is touching on the domestic violence, domestic abuse. So we really didn't know how the public would receive it. But we've gotten some great feedback. And actually, when it first came out, I had somebody from a different state just inbox me on Facebook and she said, "This movie gave me hope." And that
Yeah.
was all I needed to hear was at least one, it touched one person. That was the goal. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that was amazing. So we've gotten some great feedback on Love
Yes.
Pack.
It was rough filming it,
Okay.
but it was also fun filming it, And I
Okay.
say rough because you have all these different personalities on set that you have to manage and deal with. So
Mhm.
yourself with dealing with people. Sometimes that could be a little challenging, but
Yes.
overall it came together and we have a great project. So,
Yes.
but myself, how I got into the industry, I actually wrote my first script over 25 years ago. And
Okay. I hear that a lot. People have
yeah,
written things so many years ago. Right.
so many years ago, and it's crazy because my best friends at the time, we were supposed to did that movie 25 years ago. Well, not Love
Mhm.
Pain, but this other script that I wrote 25 years ago. We were supposed to film that, and my friends were like, "Oh no, we can't make no movies. That we don't even
Mhm.
have the knowledge or the know-how." And they laughed at me.
Mhm.
And here it is now they're all coming back to because we kind of
Yeah.
fell off over time. We
Mhm.
they went their ways, I went my way, and now they're all coming back like you actually did it, you actually are a filmmaker. So but
What?
yeah, I've always been in the entertainment industry from a child because my father and his best friend, they started their own production company with music. And
Okay.
yeah, and they had so many artists that they were managing and just doing
Mhm.
stuff all over the place. And I used to sit at the office with my dad and ask him, well, when you gonna produce my album, when you gonna let me rap? And he would say, well, you write a rap, and if I like it, I'll produce it. Well, needless to say, I never wrote a rap that he liked.
Oh, okay.
So he never really produced it. I guess he really
Mhm.
didn't want me to go down that avenue, but I've always said to myself, the entertainment world is something that I wanted to do to entertain people. And
Mhm.
with us writing this script, our very first one, I think we did a good job.
Think
Yeah.
so.
I think so. You all got
Yeah, yeah,
nominated. How about that? Your very first one. That
yes,
is like
yes. It
awesome.
is.
Awesome.
It's an amazing feeling. Like I just was like in shock. Like wow. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
our first one.
And
Yeah.
Yes.
not only did it win an award, it won, in my eyes, one of the best awards because this was the Audience Choice Award that we won for
True.
Best Feature Film. So
Mhm.
it wasn't like a panel chose this movie; the audience
Mhm.
voted for this movie. So
And how did you all feel when you got the news? What were you doing? Look, tell us all about it.
We we were actually just kind of relaxing one night, and he went on his phone, and he was like, "Honey," and I'm like, "What?" He was like, we got nominated. And I'm like, wait a minute, for what? For what? Like, really? Are you kidding me? It was just an amazing feeling. And actually, it was confirmation for us because
Right.
we were actually doubting ourselves as filmmakers. And we, at that
Mm-hmm.
time, we were feeling like nobody was taking us seriously. I mean, we just
Mm-hmm.
kind of was in a down moment. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
that was confirmation, like we should just keep going because we were actually like maybe we should, this not for us.
It's not for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to give up, and then we got that news, and it was confirmation that we should keep going. And we actually had prayed about it, like
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Lord, send us a sign if this is what we supposed to be doing, if it's in your
Okay.
will for us to do this.
yeah,
And
and
Mm-hmm.
we asked
yeah,
God to, if this is for us, let us win this award, and it was written simple and plain for us.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
So
we were
God
at
couldn't
a
answer no clearer.
Nope,
Yep.
nope.
And we were at that point where we were doubting ourselves, like, baby, maybe this is not for us. Because I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was challenging. It's been very
Right.
challenging. It's not easy to
Mm-hmm.
film a movie. It's not. And then it's
Right.
expensive. It can be expensive.
Yes.
And just having those resources just wasn't there, what we needed. So we were
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, maybe we should, maybe we should just give up. But God
You
said no.
speaking. You
Yeah.
speaking for real
Yeah.
right now, because that's the part a lot of people you don't see a lot, and a lot of people don't talk about it. It is hard. And I'm just saying, I commend you all for even just having the courage just to talk about that route right now, just being real. That's real
Uh-huh.
right now
Mhm.
because it costs money,
Mhm.
and then you start doubting yourself when you're not getting the results or the feedback or whatever it may be. You're like, should we really be spending all our money on this? You
Right.
know, and I could say that just from a podcast perspective. I'm telling you, it's just like, okay, I gotta spend this marketing. I couldn't even imagine having to pay a film crew like you all had to
Yeah.
do, and different resources, and you had some different scenes there. I'm sure you had to go shoot different places. You
Yeah.
made it look good though. Y'all did
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
And that,
Thank
you know,
you.
what we wanted to do was put out a movie with good quality, as far as the sound and the way it actually looked. And
Right.
we were blessed to have our brother, well, my wife's brother, my brother-in-law. He came aboard and he was our DP for everything, and he took very, very good care of Love Pain.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I
Yes. I
mean,
thank God for him. Yes.
it was his
Yes.
baby. It was
Yeah.
also his first film that he's ever done. But he's been a cinematographer for a very, very long time, and he's like he's in the top 10 of the videographers, cinematographers here in Michigan. So
Okay.
Yeah, and
Oh,
he
nice.
typically does commercial work.
Mm-hmm.
So Love Pain was his first actual movie, feature film.
yeah,
So
Okay.
it was like a learning process for all of us, but
Mm-hmm.
he did an amazing job. I mean, it took a while because of his busy schedule, so we kind of had to work around his schedule, but yeah, it was worth
Mm-hmm.
it. It was
it was
worth the
definitely
wait.
worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
y'all want to shout out his name? It's up to you.
Quentin Thomas.
All
Quentin Thomas. Yes.
right.
Yes.
Big Q.
Yep.
Yeah, so
You.
he took care of us, and
Yes.
we are deeply and greatly appreciative of everything he's done to make our story come to life.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, good
Yes.
job, Quentin. Yay! Got a whole family
Mhm.
affair going on. That
Yes.
is
Yeah,
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
that's actually our company name, Family Affairs Cinema.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
It
So
is.
yeah, and
Mhm.
we had it was a lot of first timers with Love Pain. Her supporting actress, it was her first time playing that heavy of a role too.
Okay.
And then who else? It was a lot of firsts. It was It was our first movie that we produced. Let's see. Then
Was
it
it
was Shawnee, and then it
Shawnee?
was Sean, the guy who played Steve in our movie. It was his first time as well. So
Now, what did he do? What did he do in
The
the
one that
movie?
got arrested.
Sorry. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, it was it was his
Yeah.
first time acting. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And he
that
did
is
an
awesome.
amazing job. He came
Yeah.
on set and just got right into his character, and he did such an amazing job. Yeah.
It was so good. Now, how I love the writing. So the funny parts, Beyonda, you said you started adding that. Are you a comic on the side or something?
I am not. I am not a comedian, but I can be funny sometimes, but I'm naturally not. So it was
Okay.
really surprising to me myself that I actually wrote all the comedy in the movie. So that actually surprised me. So I was like, I looked at him, I said, maybe I am a little funny. So but yeah, it worked out. It worked. Just having us both collab on it, and it all came together. Because I was like, this movie is real serious. I'm like, we might have to
Hmm.
kind of break that up a little bit, and I'm glad it came together the way it did. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
So
was
it
good
was it
insight.
was really perfectly, I believe.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
was good insight on your part to
yeah,
say it's
Thank
real
you.
heavy. That was good. Wow,
Thank you.
that was good. That's a
Yeah.
director of mine. That's
exactly. Yep.
y'all already there. You already there.
Thank
So,
you.
how did you? Oh my gosh! And you all have got to go see it. I don't want to give it all away, but Hunty, that part. That okay. When you are with the one of the dates prospects and the one with the smell fetish, that was hilarious right there.
Oh boy.
How did you
That's
think of
that
that?
was you know I have a friend who was into online dating around that time, and she would call me and tell me about her crazy dates. People that she was meeting online, and it was just, I was like, oh, it's crazy out here. It ain't nothing out here. So I started thinking about some of the things that she would tell me, and then I actually read some dating profiles. And actually, those
Mm,
dating profiles that I read on there were real, by the
okay.
way. So,
Wow.
so that's kind of how I came up with that scene. Was she kind of just listening to her? It was just
Mhm.
crazy some of the stuff that she was going through, doing online dating. So. Yeah, it's hard out here for a single woman. So I'm gonna say
Yes.
that. God bless y'all, and I hope y'all find somebody because it is hard out here. But
That's what
yeah,
my single friends say that. I got one good single friend. She say that all the time. She's like, "Girl, you I don't care. I don't want to hear it. You better stay with that man, crazy and all."
yeah, because it's hard. You gotta stay with the one you with, because it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing out here.
Yes,
So
yes. I love
yeah,
that.
and that
Yes.
scene was actually filmed in our home.
Okay.
And my daughter was home, my oldest daughter, and she was kind of upset about that scene because I was with another man. So
Right,
she had
right.
never seen me be around another man other than her dad. And I was like, this is a movie, right? She was really upset
yeah, she.
about me
Yes.
being with another man, and I'm like, wow, like I never thought about that, but she's like, um, like I had never seen you with another man other than daddy. So she had a hard time with that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so our
and she's 20.
I was
So
just getting ready to ask you how old is she? I thought you were gonna say
she,
like 10.
no, she's actually 20. So,
Okay.
she was actually she played in the movie too. She was the ticket girl.
yeah, the movie
Okay,
ticket
yeah.
girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When they came back and said you gave me this cup. Oh no,
Not
that's the
her.
concession.
The
That's the
concession,
concession
the
girl.
actual ticket lady at the movie
Oh,
theater.
that's
Yeah,
that
with
two
the
for
two for
one.
one.
Two
Yeah.
for
Yeah. Yeah. That's our daughter.
Oh my gosh. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Oh my
yeah.
goodness. How
So
did you, but how did you feel about writing that? And did it have an effect on you watching it?
it did. It made me feel grateful for who I have,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, this could actually be my life.
Mm-hmm.
Me looking for somebody and me going on these dating profiles and meeting these crazy men. And actually, tomorrow is our anniversary, so
Yeah.
How long have y'all been married?
21 years.
All right,
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
21 years
21 years.
tomorrow. Yep, May 29th.
y'all. All
Yep.
right.
So,
Congratulations. Happy anniversary.
thank
Yes,
you.
that
Yeah.
is awesome. Lamar, how did you feel seeing your wife play that part with another man? You say how your daughter felt, but how did you feel? I know it was all a part of the script, but actually seeing it play out, I guess.
Well, I guess I really didn't have a negative feeling about it because one, the guy that we chose to play that role, I know him. Uh, two, it's a movie, and I put this scene in there because I wanted her to have a range of different things for her to go on her resume. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Bringing her out of her comfort zone as an actress. And it
Okay.
also brought me out of my comfort zone as a director. Because,
Okay.
and with that, me and her, we always talk about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So if she wasn't comfortable with doing it, it would have never made it.
All right, now I like that.
Yeah. Okay, now let me really tell you how he felt. Okay. Let me really tell you. Now, actually, that scene really had a little bit more to it. And I actually was like, no, I can't really do that part, that particular part. It was a particular part that he wanted me to do, and I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't comfortable because I'm like, yeah, I do have a career, so I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't be seen in a movie doing certain things. So I do have a limit. And I actually was surprised that he wrote it like that because I'm like, did you really write this for me to do? Like, but I'm glad I didn't do it. But the part that I did do, he was like, I really can't believe I let another man touch my wife.
Wow.
So and I'm like, but you wrote it. You wrote it even more than what I actually did. Like, can you imagine if I actually did what you really wrote? How you would feel? So that's how he really felt. I can't believe I let another man touch my wife.
That was
So,
only for like a split second. And
but
then
that's how he really felt though. He just being
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you the real. He was got a little uncomfortable. He did. So, but yeah. So that's how
Wow.
that really.
Wow.
but it was even more weirder because uh the guy who actually played this part, I want I'm gonna take it all the way back. He actually was trying to hit on my wife on social media years ago. And when he found out that she was my wife, of course he stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just crazy because I when we were casting for that, we went through so many different people, and then he came about, and we just said, okay, yeah, let's do it. And I actually forgot at the time that he did like my wife, but it made for good TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. You mentioned something, Lamar. You said it'd be good, look good on her resume. So I'm not in the acting world. So break that down for me. Is there different like things you put on your resume for that, for acting, or different
well,
type of parts?
well, the thing is, you get some people who will say they won't do this, they won't do that, and it limits who's going to choose them for an actor or an actress when it comes to these different roles. So what I tried to do with Love Pain was to show all these different ranges that she can have. She can be soft, she can be stern,
Funny.
she can be funny,
Vulnerable.
she can be very emotional
Mhm.
about certain things. So, I wanted I wanted all the future directors and producers and film writers to see that she gave you everything all in this one movie.
Okay.
So that's why I wrote it that way, so she could have all this different range in one. Because a lot of movies you'll see the lead person and they only have two different ranges that they're displaying. Either they're happy or they're sad. Her, you got
Okay.
happy, sad, funny. You got to see her get beat up and
Mm-hmm.
tattered. Just went through a whole lot. She took the audience on this big roller coaster, and
Yes.
and
Mhm.
that's what I really wanted the public to see when it came to her acting, because this
Oh,
was the
good.
movie for her to show everybody that she can act.
Mm-hmm. That was good.
Yeah.
I love the bat scene. That was funny, serious but funny. The
Yeah.
oh my goodness, just so many good parts in there. What made you think of the domestic violence part? It was it just something that you wanted to talk about, or how did that happen?
Well, I guess it wasn't really a subject matter for us. It was, I wanted to, that the best way for me to show all of the different range was to bring that kind of story. And then, I wanted to appease to all of the women who watch movies, because in the film world, is really the eyes that view are dominated by women.
Oh, mhm.
So that's the audience that I wanted to choose. Because, you got the guys who they hang out or they working, they always doing this. And when it's time to watch movies with their spouse or their significant other, they fall asleep. But the biggest viewers are the women. So I really
Right.
wanted to touch with you all to make sure that we got the views and to tell this story and also touch on everything that the movie touched on.
Good, good. It was good. You could tell it was thought put into it,
Yeah.
and that just wasn't something that was, thrown together. There was a lot of
Oh
thought
no.
put into it and
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah, this wasn't a script that we just wrote overnight. It
Yeah.
took us some
Mhm.
time to really put this script together.
Okay, that was good. You
Yeah,
know,
thank you for that, because we definitely didn't want to put out a movie that looked like it was thrown together. So
hmm
thank you for that. Yeah.
I formed a Tubi group. There's another Tubi group on Facebook. It's
Listen,
about
we
50
welcome
of them.
all them groups. We
Yes.
welcome all of them groups.
Yes.
I mean, them groups, you get the good, the bad, and the
Right.
ugly.
Yes.
I started the group because I wanted to showcase stories like yours, a movie review discussion as part of the podcast, where the audience and we break down the storyline. And so it's so funny to hear some of the things that people say. So when we get ready to break down Love Pain, I hope that you all will come on so that you can hear what the audience has to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We will.
Yeah.
We would love to do
Oh
that.
yeah.
It's
Definitely.
always so much
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. We accept all feedback,
Yep.
and
Yes,
because
yes.
it will allow us to grow as filmmakers
Absolutely.
if we
Right.
hear what the audience is saying, good or
hmm
bad.
Or
Yeah.
ugly.
Yeah.
In that part where it was a little steamy, how did you prepare yourself for it? How did you mentally prepare for
For one, I was like, let me go find some crazy looking underwear.
it?
So I
I
wanted to
love
kind
that
of make it,
underwear. I
thank you.
loved it.
Actually asked me, where you get them from? Where you? But I said I kind of wanted to, make it funny. So I decided to get the crazy underwear, and I still was uncomfortable because I've
Mhm.
never actually shown my body.
Mhm.
I usually wear clothes that don't accent my body, and I definitely don't show my behind. So it was, yeah, I had to really prepare myself and get into the character of Stacy, and I had to remind myself this is not Bionda, this is Stacy. So, and Stacy gonna show her behind. So,
Okay.
so that's what I had to do.
How, since you are embarking on this journey now, and you're going to be producing more, you may have some more intimacy scenes. How do you perceive you helping someone get over that?
Well, one with Family Affair Cinema, we have uh we have our, what do you call it? We have our limitations.
Yeah.
So with all of our, Love Pain will probably be the more raunchiest movie that we've ever
Mhm.
put out.
Mhm.
Only because of the small profanity that was in there and then the sex scene that was in there. Even though we kept it clean, you couldn't see her body or anything like that.
Mhm.
But with Family Affair Cinema, our our goal,
Model.
our motto is, we're not writing in all of our future projects has no profanity, it has no nudity in it at all.
Mhm.
Okay.
We can portray the image that
Mhm.
that took place in the audience eyes. You don't always have to show it. You could
Mhm.
give little hints that, okay, yeah, we know this took place in the bedroom,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
then move on from it.
And what
So yeah,
prompted you all to do it like that?
We just, because we're Family Affair Cinema, we really want to put out content that the whole family could see.
Okay.
Like even our next project, kids will be able to watch it.
Okay.
So yeah, so we just decided we want to make more, not to say the other movies aren't wholesome, but we want to
Mhm.
kind of gear towards an open audience
yeah,
for
Okay.
our films.
yeah. We
Yeah.
wanted to where the husband and wife and the three kids can come down and sit on the couch and enjoy popcorn and watch a good movie.
Because that's what we've done with our children.
Yeah.
We watch movies together sometimes.
Mhm.
And sometimes, you scrolling through Tubi, it's hard to find something on Tubi for the whole
Right.
family. So
It is.
we kind of decided we would gear toward putting out films that the whole family can watch. So we're
Yeah.
definitely watching the profanity
Mhm.
and watching the intimacy.
Okay.
So yeah. So after Love Pain, we said we would kind of tone all of that down to make it a family friendly feature film.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good.
Mhm.
Kudos to you all for that. That takes a lot of courage,
It
Yeah.
especially in
does.
today's
And
climate, um,
Mhm.
where everything is sex, 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 or because
it
that's
is.
what sells, as they say.
We are gonna do one hood movie. We did say we was gonna do one hood movie,
All
but
right.
then that's it. One hood movie. But our motto is family affair cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even with
That's
it
it.
being a hood movie, we still have our
I mean,
parameters
yeah.
that we are going
Mhm.
to stay within.
Yeah.
I'm loving this journey for you all.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
And are you putting your family in the different films? I know your daughter was in there. What about the rest of your family?
Actually, in Love Pain, the lady that played Mama T, that's actually
Mhm.
my aunt.
Oh, okay.
The guy that was dancing in the club,
Hmm.
that's my cousin.
Okay.
So
I
yeah.
love that part too, what you did. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. That was so
Yeah, and I actually wrote that scene like on the last minute because I really wanted to display my cousin.
fun. Hmm.
He's
Okay.
autistic, and
Oh, really?
yeah, he's autistic,
Okay.
and he can dance, and he's also
Yeah.
a model. He's also an autistic model.
Okay.
So I really wanted to put him on display. So I actually wrote that club scene for him.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh. That's so
yeah.
good. I hope that you're able to get that out more, and let the world see, hey, they have a place too, and they can do things
Exactly,
well, right?
exactly.
Oh, that's so
And he really,
awesome.
and he decided that he wants to do more acting, so I
Hmm.
will be incorporating him in some more films. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Nice.
yeah.
And with our
Oh,
second movie, our oldest daughter, we gave her a bigger role,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
she did phenomenal with that. The movie is actually called The Calling. It's
okay.
about it's led by two 13-year-old boys. It's about a deceased boy who's trying to come back to life, but the only way he can do that is to befriend another kid,
A live
a
kid. Yeah.
live kid, and I mean, we pulled off some camera tricks in that thing because our DP, he had this was his first time shooting a thriller as well. It's a psychological thriller, and it was challenging for him. It was challenging for us, but we all worked together and we got it done.
Mm.
Nice. Now,
So
is that out yet?
not
Not
yet,
not
but
yet.
it's
Okay.
almost done. So we kind of putting the finishing touches on it, and then we'll be submitting it for streaming.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. Now,
yeah.
how, so, I know you grew up, Lamar, with your dad, was kind of like in the business. So, did you all take any filmmaking classes, go to filmmaking school? How did you, leap like that?
For me, I was always an artistic child. Movies was my thing. Movies, dancing, rapping. I can't sing, but I used to rap with my friends and my sister, and I did drama in school. I took drama classes in high school. I took drama class in college. So I always wanted to be in the entertainment some kind of way. But of course, I went to college, then met him, and then we started a family, and that got kind of put on the back burner. But another thing is that my mom was not very encouraging with it. So, because we were rapping with, it was my sister and I and two other friends. We had a group when we were in high school, and there was a guy who wanted to meet with us, a producer, and my mom let us go meet with him, but then after that she was like, no. So it was like, she's like, I really don't want you guys to do that. I want you to go to school. I want you to go to school. I want you to go to college. So her thing was, she was big on education, so she kind of knocked our dreams down, so to speak. And so I've always wanted to be in movies or rap or dance or something, but I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't have that parental encouragement or guidance or push. So I kind of pushed everything on the back burner.
Okay.
So, yeah. So for with our kids, because we have two daughters, with our daughters, we are complete opposite. Whatever they want to do, we encourage them to do it. So our oldest daughter is a dancer. She used to be a rapping, dancing clown with Fresh the Clowns. I don't know if you heard of them. She used to be with them. She's president of her dance team at college now. Um, and my youngest is a writer. She just wrote a book.
Awesome.
So yeah, so whatever they want to do, we're like, okay. We're long as it's reasonable, we are okay with it and we support it.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely,
and I
absolutely.
did take an acting class though. I did about 3 years ago. I took Kamal
Mm-hmm.
Smith's acting class. So
Okay.
yeah,
And with
yeah.
me, self-taught, no
Mm-hmm.
schooling or anything, but I worked on several different sets, and I'm actually in
You in
seven
you
movies.
yeah,
Never wanted,
he's an actor too. He's an
Okay.
actor too.
never wanted to be an actor at all. Always wanted to be behind the camera, but somehow somebody always say, "Hey, can you do this role?" And friends, so oh yeah, okay, I got you. We'll do
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And I found myself in seven movies. I even found myself playing a small part in this movie that was filmed in Vegas, but I shot the scene from my living room.
Yeah.
Wow.
And sent it to him.
Yeah. He's in Bobby and Renee Peoples.
Yeah.
He's in their movie.
He'll Never Let Go.
Oh,
Bobby and Renee, they big ups to them because
and they are inspiration
they
to us
are
too.
are
Yeah,
yeah
another
our
husband
inspiration.
and wife team doing
yes.
movies, so we
Yes.
kind of look up to them because they've been doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
I can pick up the phone and call Bobby. I get a lot of my advice and questions answered through him when it comes to
Okay.
this industry.
Mm-hmm.
So shout
Yeah.
out to Bobby and Renee.
Yes.
Yes. Shout out to them, Bobby and Renee. I hope y'all listening because I'm trying to get them on the podcast.
Okay.
Because I'm in Vegas. I travel between Vegas and Chicago.
Okay,
Oh,
So
okay.
okay, yeah,
yeah. And I want to do theirs in person. Because we're both,
Oh,
we're in
that would be
Vegas.
great.
that would be
That would be
great.
Yeah.
good.
Such an
Yeah.
awesome couple. I
Yeah.
mean, they are.
Oh
Beyond
yeah.
Oh
you
yeah,
mentioned you were a career woman.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh
I'm
yeah.
actually a food service director for a K through 8 school. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I've been doing that almost 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm a social worker. I work for the state of Michigan. So
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
yep, I've been there for over 20 years. So
Okay,
that was one
nice.
of the reasons why I said I couldn't do certain things and I won't
Hmm.
do certain things in the film because of my career.
Well, you definitely made it fun. What kind of feedback have you gotten from your all's coworkers?
Oh yeah, coworkers, they said they really enjoyed it. Yeah, so yeah, yeah, they really enjoyed it, and I appreciate all the support. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
yep.
good.
So they enjoyed it. We get a so now after Love Pain, my coworkers, male friends, they so funny. So I'm labeled the next Tyler Perry, just that type of thing. I see that because that's a big deal.
That's
But
right.
they
Hmm.
they just so funny. But overall, I mean, filmmaking for us is fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Hmm.
We have several scripts that's in the making, and we
Mhm.
have two that's actually with three that's actually done that we can do.
Yeah, so Love Pain, he actually wrote and then I added, but our other films, well, the second film, The Calling, he wrote by himself. I play a first lady of a church.
The Calling is actually going to be a trilogy.
Okay. Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice. All
yeah.
right. That's
Yeah,
gonna be good. Oh, kudos to you all.
yeah.
Look at you all expanding your range. All right now. I
Yep.
love that.
Yeah.
So
Um,
and then we have two more psychological thrillers that's coming out. Well, one is a thriller slash horror.
okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right, I'm
And we wrote
scared.
that one to go on for 40 years, like Halloween.
Oh, all right now. All right. As we are wrapping up, tell us about your legacy that you're hoping to leave with your family with all of the work that you're doing.
Well, our youngest daughter, she's more into the arts, like us. She came in the kitchen because I was sitting here and she said, Dad, I have an idea for another book and you might be able to turn it into a movie. So she wants to write the book and then let me write the screenplay. So
Okay.
with that touches my heart so much because she's quite she's a great kid. She's straight A student, but she keeps to herself. And we had no idea that she could write this way.
Wow.
And we started reading her stuff, and I was like, wow. But to answer your question, yes, we are leaving everything behind for them. And my kids, they're excited about the parents and their movement. So, they're gonna keep everything moving along because they're growing into this industry as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
inspired from. So, one thing I like to always ask my guests when we close out is what is one quote that you're living by today?
If you don't plan, you plan to fail.
That's true.
All plans gonna have some type of bumps and bruises to go through, but that's what makes it yours.
Mm.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's what makes it yours.
Turn.
Shout out to Serenity and Serena Bozeman.
Yes, those are our babies.
Yeah.
We can't wait to see what comes up next. Part Nation, we thank you so much for joining us, and we want you to watch Love Pain, and we can't wait to see you on the other side. Yes.